What's up, soldiers? Welcome to another Battlespace mission. So this one's going to be a little different. What I'm going to do here is keep the content relatively short. We're going to just get to the meat of the action. So if you want any of the details, head over to the Battlespace community group on Facebook. Also, check out the description below for some of the other details on the gear that these guys are going to be running. Our primary objective is to breach the Al-Wahid compound and eliminate the Al-Wahid leader. Secondary objective, collect a water sample from the village well so we can prove that Al-Wahid has been tampering with the village water. Once our objectives are complete, we'll egress using a vehicle located at the edge of the mission area. So the first attempt to activate a soldier on the first turn failed. So Al-Wahid gets to activate first. These two stragglers take advantage of this and move up. So our operatives get to maintain their two orders even on a failure. So with that, Buddha activates and uses his specialty on me to move the entire team up. Going into the next activation, we try to activate Vic. He fails. We draw another sit rep card. We pull a contact front. This is not a great start to a mission. So the enemy straggler enters from a building just on the other side of where we are. That red dice indicating that there are two occupants in that building. Now Vic takes his activation. He moves into the alley and he's got eyes on stragglers, and we get our first bit of combat for this turn. That 8 plus Vic's accuracy of 3, he drops that straggler. Now we're rolling for Whisper. He fails as well, and we draw another sit rep card, this time drawing a trap. Luckily, I roll high, and we negate that trap card. Whisper makes an advance, stepping in front of Vic, and he makes a shooting attack. Rolls a sweet 20 and drops that guy. Last one on the team to activate is Miami. He actually passes his activation and he moves up, falls in line with the rest of the team. With that, we go into the sit rep phase. We draw a contact sit rep card and we start moving the enemy elements up. We're taking position behind this wreckage. Here, I'm checking line of sight for this enemy element, and at least one guy, the guy on the far outside right, has line of sight to Whisper. He takes that shot. Whisper rolls high enough to avoid it, and we keep going. Next, the straggler that entered the mission from the building wraps around the corner, and he has a clear line of sight to Buddha. Rolling pretty good on defense, so nothing happens to Buddha there. The enemies inside the compound won't activate until the doors are breached, so we're good there. At the start of turn 2, Buddha passes his activation. He makes a move, then a shooting attack at the straggler directly in front of him. Buddha easily picks him off with that result of a 20. Definitely a headshot, guys. So for the most part, turn 2 was going quiet up until Miami took his initiative roll and failed. I drew a sit rep card that gave them the chance to get a better position and take some shots at us, especially with our guys being out in the open. Didn't go too well for us. Right here, the enemy's repositioning. They take an attack at Buddha. Buddha fails the roll. He gets a wound. Again, this element tries to take another shot at Buddha, but this time he passes. And the third guy takes a shot at Miami. You can just see him. Miami passes that attack, and With that, Miami can finally open up on these guys. Here, Miami moves up. He has clear line of sight, and he opens up on these guys, dropping 2 of them in the process. With that, we go into the sit rep phase. I draw a I have movement card. So I'm going to put out an enemy straggler right at the same building as last time. We'll have to come around and deal with him. That's the last guy in that building, so I remove the die. And then we go into the clear phase for turn 2. There's nothing really to do. So with that, we move to turn 3. And Whisper is the first person to roll. And right off the bat, we fail an initiative and we draw a contact card. Luckily, the only element on the table right now is only one guy. I made a mistake here. He should have been a straggler at this point, but he moves up to this corner and he draws down on Whisper. Whisper passes that shooting attack. Then he makes his move to the well. He doesn't have any actions to make the check for the sample, but Vic makes his roll to activate. We move him up to this car, and he's going to take a shot at that straggler. Shot's good. Another 20. We're on fire right now, guys, and we take him off. Now I'm just kind of skipping up a little bit. Guys are making their initiative rolls and they're moving up. So they start making their way towards the compound while Whisper is back at the well. He's going to use his next chance to get the sample. Sit rep phase. We draw a reinforcement card, and that's our roll for direction and the amount of enemy that are going to enter the mission area. We got 3 guys entering right behind Whisper. They're not going to get to do anything this turn, so we'll have to take care of them during the next turn. So starting turn 4, we start with Whisper. Whisper passes his activation. He grabs the sample, and with his next order, he's going to drop back into cover just in case these guys get shots off on him. Next is Buddha. Buddha's going to reposition. Right here, you can see Buddha's going to use his on me specialty and just move all the guys. So as I move the guys next to this car, I realize that I have not moved that straggler for at least 1 turn. So I'm just going to continue to play the game out. We're not going to even try to adjust anything, and we'll kind of just see what happens from there. So now we roll to activate Vic. He passes, so he is going to take a shot at that element that just entered the mission area. Vic has a +3 accuracy. That gives him just enough to take out one of those guys. We just pull a random one off the table. Next up, we try to activate Miami, but he fails his initiative. Draw a sit rep card and contact. So now we'll finally get to move this straggler that has just been hanging out on that doorstep for I don't know how long. These guys get into hand. We go to make the roll. And it is failed. Vic takes one to the gut, and we throw him a wound. So my rolling has been all over the place on this game. Sometimes really high, other times pretty low. All right, here we go. Vic gets his activation, and he just re-enters hand-to-hand. He takes that guy out with that 12. Then he uses his last order to slide over to that door so they can get ready to breach the compound. Next up, the sit rep phase. These guys are going to move up. And now they're going to take a shot at Whisper. Whisper rolls a 16, so he's safe. The other guy in the element targets Vic. Vic rolls a 13, so he's good. Here we are again, drawing another sit rep card. It's I have movement. So Straggler enters from this single building that is off to the left side of the compound and somewhat behind our guys. That ends the fourth turn. We're going into turn 5. We start the player phase with activating Miami. He fails his activation and he draws the Lost My Balance card. He rolls high, so that card is just discarded. Now, he's gonna try to use a tourniquet. With no luck, he has to hold on to his wounds. But when you use a tourniquet, you can, and you fail, you get to keep the card. So the tourniquet isn't spent on a failure. Next up, we activate Vic. He moves up to those tires there. Get himself some solid cover. Now we're just going to check for line of sight to see who we can see. He can definitely see both of these guys. And he rolls an 8. He's got a +3 on his accuracy. So he drops a guy. We pull him off the table. Next up, we activate Whisper. Whisper's going to use his specialty, which is sync shot. I'm just trying to see who all can see this guy. And at least 3 of the guys can. They roll for it and they light him up. I'll say hands down that Whisper has the best specialty in the game right now. All right, we're gonna get focused. We're gonna have to breach this compound within the next 2 turns. All right, go to move this guy. He's gonna push up to this corner here. And in true fashion of a insurgent, he's gonna pop out from around the corner and try to shoot one of our guys in the back. We passed that roll, so no damage done there. We're now starting the 6th turn, and as you can see, the guys are going to swing around, take that guy that just shot at us out. Sorry about that camera angle, but I did hit him, and we're just going to pull him off. And since you guys can kind of tell what's kind of going on here, I'm just going to let this play out, have the music going, and then I'll come back in when there's really something going on. So this is when we reach the compound and we're rolling in, throw a stun grenade. It lands perfectly. And all three of those guys are stunned. And then from here, we're just gonna rush in. There's gonna be some shooting attacks going on. You'll be able to tell what rolls I fail and which ones I pass. Now, I will say I did make a mistake. Didn't account for the point blank range, but I just kept playing it out anyway. So you can see we've eliminated the bodyguards. We're just going to move up to the Al-Haid leader. And we're just going to beat down on him from here on out. So here you can see with that final blow, we eliminate the Al-Haid leader. So I pull him off, and from this point on, we'll be moving towards the extraction vehicle. So I didn't realize until I went back to do the voiceover, there was some footage that was lost right after we eliminated the Al-Haid leader. Technicals rolled up on us, and we took out the gunner, and then later on we took out the driver. But unfortunately, I don't have the footage for when it originally came out. So here's we're thinking we're getting away scot-free. I pull that sniper card and put him on the highest elevation on the board, and unfortunately it's right there on our path to extraction. So a funny thing happened here. I also pulled this card for suppression. So now I've got the sniper out, and he's supposed to be suppressing us. So it was a weird one to kind of settle. But what I did was just play it to where, if he got line of sight to us, he was going to suppress us, and that would have dragged the game out maybe another turn or two. Not to spoil anything, but you'll see that we got out of there regardless. All right, so the guys are making it to the extraction vehicle. We're looking pretty good. Now, there's one thing I failed to do. There was a straggler right towards the edge of the mission area, right near the extraction vehicle, and I totally forgot to move that guy. The camera's not really picking him up, so like, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. And with that, the last sword operator makes it to the extraction vehicle, and that is a successful mission, 100%. Guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you're not already a member at the Battlespace community group on Facebook, please join the group. It's a bunch of great guys there, and we're always having conversations on how to expand the game. We also cover rule clarifications there, so if you got any questions, I'll be sure to be on the page and answer any questions you may have as far as the rules are concerned. Also, we now have a Discord, so go over to the Discord server. It's the Table Salt Gaming Discord server, so the link will be in the description below, along with the Facebook page, the Table Salt Instagram page, and I think that's really it, guys. Looking forward to doing another video very soon. I think I'm going to do something a little different next time, guys. Maybe show you guys some squad play. I don't know. Let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know if you got any questions. And again, I enjoy making these videos. See you guys.